Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. The 08 machine is 14708, and the call sign is WW7ATS. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airwaves with mass scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain to transmit on 70 centimeters as a crossband repeater and puts out images at 1.2 gigahertz. We're also on YouTube with our net. To see what our video looks like, just Google WW7ATS, Google WW7ATS, that'll take us to our homepage. There you'll see our frequencies that we operate on, and also you'll find the button on that page that will take you to our streaming. So with that, I'll pause in case anybody has emergency traffic and they can make a contact before our net gets fully underway this evening. Moving on, again, this is Dave, KD7CYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. Since I checked in this evening is Ron, KD7QKU, Jessica, KS7UHK, Bob, K9TQ, Richard, K7ITX, Jim, N7QO, myself, Dave, KD7CYM. Everybody else would like to check into the net. Well, that's what we have checked in, so let's start off the ball bouncing with the net with Ron, 87QKU.
Okay, well thank you Dave, and good evening to everyone in the group here. KD7QKU, coming from Tacoma. Well, let's see, we were just talking about COVID, and I'm still not feeling 100%. I'm tired and I still am a little bit hoarse. Still like a cold. But anyway, I put my old clothes on this afternoon. I was going to go out in the yard. And I went out there and then I lost my enthusiasm. I hooked up the hose to the sprinkler system on the new trees. For those of you that didn't know, I had the trees were planted, so I got 45 new trees in my backyard. Those arborvitae along the fence. And so they put in a sprinkler system. So I hooked up the sprinkler system. I ran it for 5 or 10 minutes on both sections and got them a little bit wet. And then I sat down and was thinking about, we have a TV set on our patio at home, and I don't know where the bracket is. It's someplace in a box. And if I could find the bracket, I would put it on the wall and put the TV set out on our new patio. But I don't know where it is. And I would have to get the ladder and start cutting open boxes, and like I say, I lost my enthusiasm, so I didn't do that. I sat there and thought about it. And it was cold after lunch on the patio on the north side, gets a little bit of breeze, it's not in the sun. And I sat there and I got almost chilled again. I was out there the other day and did the same thing. On the south side of the house, it's nice and warm. Anyway, so let me turn it back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, Ron, thank you. Let's go to Jessica, KS7UHK.
Okay, this is Jessica, KS7UHK. As like Sylvia likes to tell me, it's still wintertime, Jessica. So it was a nice day. It was nice, and yesterday was even nicer, but today it still hasn't been, especially if you're not in the sun. Let's see. Right now the moon is 99.8% and waxing gibbous, so it looks like I think it's the full moon. They call it the snow moon today, and it's 43 degrees up here in Everett. I just got done with our Sunset Park condominium monthly condo meeting where I get to give my parking report, and I showed lots of pictures today, and it was good. It was fun. Somebody parked in a fire lane about 2 weeks ago, and I had to go out and make make sure I found that person, because last thing I want to do is a fire truck not getting able to get to my place if I needed it, because it was basically blocking between two parts of our condo association here. So that's what I did today, and that was real nice. I've got some meatballs right now in the oven. I'm going to make a little sauce for it tonight. We're going to have meatballs and sauce and some noodles, and it's going to be delicious dinner. That's what I'm having tonight. So with that, and I see Richard has a haircut. He's not going to mention it to you, but I will for you. So if you can only just imagine what it looks like, you've got quite the haircut. I think he had a Holden cut. This is Jessica, KF7, your HK.
HK. Thanks for that, Jessica. And let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Hello to Ron and Richard and Jessica and Dave and Jim. I think that's everybody so far. Wonderful. We'll get more coming later. Well, yeah, we had some late sun today, but not a lot going on here. I can't think of anything particular to report. Yeah, struggling on that. So I'm just going to send it back. Maybe I'll think of something next time.
K9PQ. Let's go to Mr. Groom. Richard, K7ITX.
Okay, well, yes, as I unwind my mic cord. So anyway, you may recall over this past summer, 2021, I talked about my trials and tribulations in my sister and my nephew's fantasy baseball. I'd never done it before, and I didn't think I would like it, and it all seemed kind of silly to me. Well, but as I got into it with them, I got more and more liking it, to the point where I took over the league and I won the championship. And so I think, I was all proud of that, and you may recall I got all excited because I won. I guess it was beginner's luck. But I was more interested in getting this trophy that I'd heard about, this stained glass trophy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it came. And so I'm going to put the microphone down, and I'm going to show you my 2021 fantasy baseball trophy. Stand by.
Very nice.
So anyway, based on the finished product, I think it was well worth the wait. The odd thing about it, though, it's my own fault, because, when they had me sign up and play along, you pick your baseball team's name, and I don't know, it was a joke to me, and so I got kind of well, anyway, so right here it says Ewok. So my nephew's what do they call it? Ewok, what is that? Not Star Trek, but the Star Wars fan. Anyway, Ewok Baseball League. Champion 2021, Seattle Sonics. What a nutty name, Seattle Sonics, for my baseball team. Well, anyway, it's too late now. I'm kind of stuck with it, I think. Especially since I won the championship, I'm going to have to, I don't know, it kind of fits the Seattle area, and there is no Sonics team up here, so, except me, I'm the Seattle Sonics now, so how do you like them apples? So with that, KV7ATS, K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, Richard, thanks for that. K7 Control.
WW7ATS. Thank you, Dave. Well, good evening, everyone. So the Seattle Sonics. Well, congratulations. That trophy looks pretty cool. And I'm trying to figure out what you're holding up there. I can't tell it's out of the picture now. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we noticed your mic cord there. My standard answer is the dog did it. But you know what? Pippa is awfully nice. Pippa could not possibly have done that. Maybe Mika. Sometimes Mika has a neat streak. I have observed that. But anyway, we noticed that thing. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little better. I was 45 there. Now, that is some serious planting there. I don't know if Johnny Appleton planted that many trees. Wow. That's amazing. Jeff, we have an idea for cars parked in fire lanes or whatever. It may get you into trouble, but here where I live, every now and then someone parks where they're not supposed to, and there's a fellow here who has a forklift, and he kind of moves the vehicle to a more appropriate location. It may be a challenge to get a forklift where you are, but I have a potential alternative. A lot of warehouses, they have merchandise piled on top of pallets, and they use pallet jacks to maneuver the pallets around. I wonder if it might be possible to procure a pallet jack, or perhaps even just rent one for 4 hours or something like that, and sort of relocate the fellow's vehicle to where it's not blocking the fire lane. And you can mention that you saved him from a traffic citation. I think that's a good thing to do, actually. Anyway, just my 2 cents. And also, Dave, I noticed Wade checking in. And
thanks for that. This is Dave, 87EYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society and on the 08 machine. Well, here in Lake City, I've got 43 degrees, mostly clear this evening, and he's talking about what the dog did. Well, it reminded me many years ago I was doing my income taxes, and I had all my documents out on the table, and my W-2 fell to the floor, and my Cocker Spaniel grabbed it and chewed it up. So I had to go to HR the next day and ask for a duplicate W-2 form. And they kind of looked at me strangely, saying, "Your dog did what?" And they did issue it, and I did finish up my taxes the next day. So that was kind of interesting. You've got to be careful with the dog doing. And winning that baseball trophy, better be careful. They might send you a bill for all of the rent for the stadium or the grounds that you played the balls on. Anyway, rent due. So anyway, be careful with that. And meatballs, boy, that sounds good tonight too. So this is Dave, 87ZYM. We'll go back to the top to Ron, 87QKU.
Okay, KD72KU again. You were talking about, moving cars. So they do make wheel dollies. You can put them under all 4 wheels, and they have 4 casters on them, and you can push the car around. But you need to jack the car up first, usually with a floor jack, and set them underneath the tires. But you can get them at Harbor Freight. I think they're about 2 for $59, so it costs you about $100 to get 4 of them. And they work pretty good. My son has them on his shop, and he sets his car on it, and he can push his car over in the corner up against the wall. And they're not. You can buy more expensive ones, but Harbor Freight ones work fine. I've been thinking about ATV. I had a little talk with my wife the other day, and I asked her if I could put another little desk in the corner of her master bedroom, and she said yes, I could do that, and I said I could put my ATV equipment on it, so I can do that. Probably bring the coax. Just open the window, bring the coax through the window, and see. I guess I'll have to put up the transmit antenna one of these days and see if I can transmit over the neighbor's house. I can put it up against my lawnmower shed, see how that works. If that won't work, I'd have to put it up to the peak of the roof on the house, and I might have to get Wade involved in that little project if he was willing to. I have a nice extension ladder, but I don't know. I kind of get dizzy when I go up on ladders and stuff anymore. But I'm hoping that I can put it high enough and put it up against the lawnmower shed that it will work. So sometime when the weather gets warm in the spring, I'm going to do that. First I have to find the blocks that everything's in. So anyway, so that's the news over here. It's 6101 North 37th Street in Bellevue, so in Tacoma. Our address here is so similar to the one in Bellevue, it's easy to get mixed up. We were on 37th Street in both places.
Thanks for that. Let's go to Jessica. KS7.
Coincidences must come in threes because we lived on 37th Avenue up down in Tacoma, and that was hard to purge out of my head because we were like 137 and 37th, so that was always a little confusing, and that's just kind of funny. Well, I think you should just plan on transmitting through your neighbor's house. Just turn up the power a little bit and just beam it right on through there. Let's see. I was thinking licensing that name, Sonics. You should license that name, and somehow I don't know how to do that, but a good lawyer, somebody litigious will get you into that. And speaking of your curly cord on your microphone, you could also license that as That Darn Cat, but it's already been taken. I think it was a movie, That Darn Cat. Let's see. I love the forklift idea. That's clever. I wish I could just call up the tow company and they'll come take it, but I have to go through the board to actually have it removed, and they don't really like to tow unless we really have to. But gosh golly, this would have been one that they would have come out and easily come and picked it up, and they're fast too. You call up a tow company to remove a car, they will be there in minutes, and they will have it out of there in minutes. Before this person knows his car is all of a sudden being dragged down the waste. Because last time I had to do anything with a car that was towed, it's been a long time. I think it was about $350 every 4 hours. And every 4 hours we'd go for another $350 before you could get it out of their car prison. Because a long time ago, I had an indoor parking pass because I'd been at the aircraft company for many years. I actually parked in someone's spot that actually had a name on their thing. I didn't know that, and they turned my car out of there without even looking at the fact that they probably knew me because my parking pass was in the window with my name on it. They could have come in and told me, hey, you're in my parking spot, but they didn't. They just towed it, and it was a big hassle getting out. It was mostly a big hassle getting out, just because I didn't have proof of ownership, and it probably wasn't mine. It was probably Sylvia's, and it was just like, oh my goodness. So I'm very good about not parking in places I'm not supposed to park. I'm very good about that after just one time. So that's my sob story. It's 20 minutes after the hour. KF7, UHK.
KF7, UHK. Thanks for that, Jessica. And it's ID time again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Let's go to Bob, K9CQ.
Hello again, everybody. I'll take my chances. I got this. But with the next day or something. That's shocking to me that any place can get away with charging that. I like the Seattle supersize, the Seattle Sonics name. I think that's great. It's sort of a tribute. so never forget the Sonics leaving Seattle. And Ron, I'm curious with up your antennas, HOA, what does that deal with? Google Maps, are you about that home? Like, anyway, back to that, KNIPQ.
Thanks for that, Bob. On to Richard K7ITX, Mr. Baseball.
What did Bob ask me, Richard?
Ron, I asked if you have any HOA issues. The Homeowners Association rules for putting up antennas.
I guess I've got it. Ron, I'm sure will be happy to answer that question for you when it's his turn. So, that's a great question, though, Bob. Oh, by the way, Bob, your signal is kind of like it was last Saturday night, where you started off pretty scratchy. I don't know if you're, but then, the second half of Saturday night, whatever you did to your antenna, you just sounded great. So I don't know if you can do the same thing again, or maybe it's just one of these nights. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, just kind of busy with a fitness workout today for an hour, and then just scratching away at some construction drawings, and tomorrow is progress billing. I got a couple of big progress billings to do for the month of February. I have to get out my crystal ball and predict how far along we'll be towards completion on each project, because we bill to the end of the month. It seems insane to have to turn in a billing now for the end of the month, but that's just how they do it in the construction business. So anyway, I'll probably have something else to say next time around if it gets here. So with that, K7VIM, K7ITX, back to net control. K7ITX, let's go to Tacoma to Wade, W7ITL. This is W7ITL, Tacoma here, and it's nice seeing everybody tonight. I think this round I'm not going to have too much to really share other than working on a few things at the home, trying to get some financing in order to be able to finish some of the projects that I got out here. We have this staircase I think I've talked about before that goes to our roof, and we're trying to find a way to get it off the house and replaced or just remove and get a new deck. So I've been talking with my credit union, and I think we got a plan where we're going to probably be able to execute at least getting the funding to really get that going. So excited about that. Let's see, anything else? I don't think I have anything else for this round. This is W7ITL back to that. W7ITL, wait, thanks for that. Let's go to Jim, N7QO in Covington. N7QO, thank you, Dave. Wade, I'm not sure if you mentioned it in the past or not. If you have an elevator at your place, just for the heck of it, it may be worth getting an estimate on installing an elevator over there somehow. I don't know if it would be convenient to go up to the top floor and then connect to lower levels from that same spot. There are a couple of houses near me which are kind of the same. They have exterior stairways, and in fact
one house here, the only way to get up to this third level is through an outside stairwell. It's, I think they kind of made it as a mother-in-law suite, and they didn't really want the mother-in-law visiting them. So, I don't know. Just a thought. It may be worth getting a price estimate on that, if it's feasible, or if you could like connect the roof with another level or something like that, or maybe move it all together. Maybe an elevator company would be capable. Just a thought. Maybe wouldn't cost yes. It sounds like you're in the middle of a major renovation there. I think none of us are really completely renovated regarding our houses, but I can certainly I've been here for 20 years, and I can certainly think of more things to do that I would like to accomplish, but realistically, I'm probably not going to do it now that I'm retired. And having said that, I'd still kind of like to move. Reset. I'd still kind of like to move to a less expensive location. I'm not sure where that might be. I'm good here for a few years, but need to think about downsizing a little bit anyway. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to mention. Darn it. Maybe I'll think of it next time. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that, Jim. This is Dave, 87CYM. And again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. Well, it's been interesting net so far this evening, with baseball scores to having meatballs, talking about putting antennas up on roofs, and kind of what you do when your car gets towed, and be sure you got big bucks in your pockets when that happens. They seem to want to make a great profit when they do that. And so that's pretty much all I get to say here from Lake City. This is Dave, 87ZYM. So we'll go to the top to Ron, 87QKU.
87QKU again. Well, Bob, no HOA that I know of over here, so I don't want to put up anything ungodly anyway, but if I put up something, just be a 70-centimeter Yagi, a couple feet above the roof, pointed towards Cougar Mountain. I looked at QRZ, and I looked up Jim, W7N address. He's pretty close to Cougar Mountain, and it's about, he's about 39.9 or something degrees northeast. So he's a little east of north, and so I figure Cougar Mountain is just a tad bit more east than he is, so I know where I want to aim it anyway. Maybe Wade's already got that all figured out. So I looked at my thermometer a minute ago, and I have 36.5, so it's definitely cooling off. It was about 50 degrees here today. And it was nice in the morning, had lots of sun, but then it started to cloud up in the afternoon. That was a pretty nice trophy, Richard. It was all right. My wife would like to have that, I'm sure, if she saw it. We have another couple little, what are those called? Stained glass things that she has, and they hang in the windows and on the patio door and stuff. They usually hang with the suction cup, and unfortunately, it seems like the suction cups always let go eventually, and that thing crashes to the floor. So one of them isn't in too good a shape now. So let's see. I guess that's about it. I looked in the garage the other day. I found my soldering gun. That was a good find. I cut all the connectors off my coax, so I don't know. I was thinking about maybe I just order a 50-foot piece of I'm not going to do anything before spring and we can get some warm weather. All right, back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU and ID time again. This is the Western Washington Television Society and on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. So let's go to Jessica, KS7UHK.
KS7UHK, yeah, it's hard to pull those wires down when you still got connectors on there. You probably put it in through a hole and put a connector on the other side. So it's almost easier to cut it off and do something with it. But yeah, no, I agree. And there's no Radio Shacks around to go get those parts, and they might even not even have that particular connector. Petco, maybe they might be ordered. I'm not sure. It is that dedication on several people's signal tonight, but that's the way radio goes. And speaking of radio, I've been sending in my music show for the last several weeks, and I think we're going to do it up until the 28th of the month, just due to the fact we're all sharing a little booth with one microphone with many people, and we're trying to keep that COVID out of the people, because otherwise we'll always be on automatic. So I haven't been in the station for a few weeks, and I can't wait to get back, because it sure is fun to be live on the air and switching buttons and making mistakes right in front of people. So it's better that way. When I was a kid, my dad worked in the Smith Tower, downtown Seattle. Worked for Dun & Bradstreet and for SBA, like a small business administration, giving loans out, kind of stuff, mostly government type loans. And us kids, 6 kids, when we go on the weekend, he would take us down because he might have some work to finish up on, and all 6 kids would go up, and we were on the 12th floor, and we'd sit and watch these elevators go by, because there are glass doors in the elevators. So we hear the cables kind of clanking around inside, and we sit there and wait for the elevator to go whizzing past, and just go, and it'd be there and gone, and it was kind of a magical thing. It made you just feel like you were going to fall into the elevator shaft, even though the door was closed. But it was a lot of fun. Anyhow, the thing about talking about elevators brought that memory up. Other than that, I'm going to send it back. KS7UHK.
KS7UHK, Jessica, thanks for that. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, just had to take care of something to get the video switched over. I know what you mean about the radio station, Jessica. I don't do radio, but I used to go to a college radio station to record radio theater with a group called the Radio Theater Project. What we've been doing during COVID is I actually bought a nice microphone that was recommended by our leader, I'll just call him our leader, and he invested in some software and some services, so we're actually able to do it live, remotely, and it's surprisingly good, considering it's got to go through the internet, but he's got, we use really good service and excellent sound quality through the internet, and he's got tools, and he actually likes it better because we each are on our own channel now, so it gives him control over the recording, so he wants to continue doing it this way, even after COVID, which I'm fine with. It was an hour drive and back to get there, but I'm certainly going to miss seeing the people. It was a nice social thing for me to do. It was a really good group of people doing this recording. So hopefully we'll get together just on some social occasion at some point. Looks like we're going to continue recording from home. It's quite handy. This microphone that has a direct output to so that simplifies everything. Goodness. I am kind of tired. I don't know, Ron, it's kind of rubbing off. Your hoarse voice, and you're not the regular old Ron that we all know, and maybe that's kind of getting to me. But I did make connections with my sports car buddies, and they just got the rebuilt engine. Just came in from California to go into the Datsun 510. And we've got a big event coming up not that far off. It's going to be April 1st before you know it. So April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Sonoma, California. I'm really excited about being there. And if it's anything like last year, it'll truly be very, very exciting. So, but I'm going to stay away from the transponder. You guys really got me jinxed on that thing, and I was thoroughly convinced that all the fuss that we made about the transponder on Saturday night caused the car to not finish on the next Sunday, which had nothing to do with the transponder, by the way. It was just the clutch at the end of the season. Just decided to give up the ghost, and but not knowing, as I'm watching the timing and scoring from my seat on Alaska Airlines, and when I saw that we didn't even make the first lap, and I just remember fiddling around with the transponder, and I thought, oh no, what'd I do now? Well, I didn't do anything. So, that's right, it wasn't me, it was all you guys, and you guys didn't do anything. So, anyway, so that's what I'm planning on. I got progress billing to do tomorrow, and got to start getting ready for car racing April 1st. With that, KD7ZYM, K7ITX, back to net control. K7ITX, let's go to Wade, W7ATS. It helps if you get the right microphone. It looks like my signal's coming in a little weak tonight. I watched myself on the RF output on the repeater, and I'm coming in pretty light. I might need to repoint my transmitter antenna maybe after the net or after this round. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it to the next round. But let's see. So I talked about the projects I'm working on. Let's see, anything else am I doing? Oh, I starting yesterday, I started to work out again, and I swam 1,000 meters, which I think translates roughly to about 3/4 of a mile. And then I think if I can motivate myself, I want to try at least get in maybe 1 or 2 more workouts this week. And I think if I can after the net, I might go and maybe run for half an hour, I got to get ready for this half marathon I'm doing later this year. I think it's like in July or August. I have to look. And with that said, I think I will turn the net back to Dave. This is W7ITL, back to net. W7ITL, wait, thanks for that. Let's go to Jim, N7QO in Covington. N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, half marathon, oh my goodness. It's been a few years since I did one of those. Good luck with that, Wade. Definitely want to at least get well stretched out, get your muscles used to moving around. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of sore for a couple of days after doing that. Good luck in doing that. And by the way, Wade, you sound just fine to me. I have like 0 static on your signal. And 0 static on Dick's signal. If someone
can report back to me after I'm done here. Maybe Dave, you should pick up after me. Let me know how I'm sounding now. And let's see. Dick, race season starting April. That is coming up quickly. I cannot believe winter is almost over, but not quite. Wade, I think you missed it. Ron said he was out in his yard today and got rather chilly, and we were commenting, yeah, it's still winter, but Ron, you said 36 degrees. I've got, let's see, right now it's showing 40 degrees outside here, but it sure feels chilly, I gotta say that. And Jessica mentioned the moon. It looks pretty full. Looks awfully pretty. I'm glad there aren't a whole lot of clouds around here because it really does look nice. Wonder if anyone knows anything about werewolves. They used to come out with a full moon. Reset. Used to come out with the full moon. Well, I don't know. Have to find some silver bullets or something. I don't know. KD7ZYM and 7QO.
In 7QO, Jeff, all signal reports, you're about 97% full coverage. Great report with a little static for just the rest of the transmission, but that's about it. You're coming through pretty good this evening. Yeah, this is Dave, KD7ZYM. Again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the Wade machine. Well, it's nice to see Wade is at least one of our members physically fit with the Geriatric Society that we seem to represent the TV group. So we'll have you be our full candidate for the Olympics coming up in another 4 years. So anyway, I think we will envy you for your vitality and your youthful age to compete with sports. So this is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City, so we'll take it back up to Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, this is KD7QKU. Well, I don't know if Wade heard Jim, but he was talking about an elevator at your house in place of the stairs. And you know, I was sitting here thinking about it. I don't know what the cost of replacing the stairs. I don't know how fancy of a replacement right now. For you guys that don't know, he has this kind of like I want to call it a silo on the side of his house. It's a round structure that's probably about 3 stories high, and it has a circular stairway in it. Of course, it's dry rotted, so it's not safe. But yeah, I wonder what an elevator would cost. Might be interesting to find that out. You still have to enclose it, I suppose. Unless you put a glass elevator in, then you could ride up and look at Seattle. You can see Seattle from Wade's house. It's kind of a nice view. So I was just sitting here also. I was wondering about Lee. Dave, have you heard anything from Lee? We haven't seen him on here for a couple of nets now. I sure hope he's not sick or anything. I suppose I'll have to send him a text message. So anyway, not much going on. I did mention it's our wedding anniversary. It's our 51st wedding anniversary on Sunday the 20th. We had our 50th last year. And I don't know, if we check negative, we'll probably go to dinner with our friends someplace. They were married on the same date, except they've been married longer than we have, believe it or not. They were quite a bit longer than we have. They got married right out of high school. Been married a long time. All right, back to that KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, let's go on to Jessica, KF7UHK.
Yeah, 7UHK. If not an elevator, make it into like a turret or a lighthouse up on the edge there. That'd be kind of cool. I'm into lights, so I think a lighthouse would be really cool. Or something that looks like a castle with the thing that Rapunzel drops her golden hair out of, Rapunzel, let down your hair, so you can climb the golden stair. Or a spiral staircase going up that turret. That'd be kind of cool too. So many ideas you could build with that if it was sturdy and safe. Let's see, what else is going on here? So Sylvia passed her PPE. It's the Professional Photographers of America test. At least the first part of it. It was 100 questions. She had to get, I think, 75%. She got like 84%, and that's good enough for me. Now she's got to go do the practical part of the test, which is going to be where they send you a little kit of things like little rubber dolls that you have to take a picture with the lighting just right, coming from this direction or that direction. It has to, you take a picture and you send it in to the folks who evaluate it and then see if you pass. And I think she'll pass that just fine. I think she had a hard time with the questions because it's kind of like the ham test where they have an actual like 350 questions, but they're only going to ask you 35 of them, and you don't know which 35 they're going to ask you, and so you don't know what to really practice for other than everything. And it was kind of like that only in photography, where you don't have a ham book to kind of go through and look at all the questions, if there is one. So that's what Sylvia's been working on, and I can't wait for that to happen, because that should be interesting to watch. She had to do some practical type pictures before for her other class to get her BA degree, and that was interesting to watch because it's all very, very, very precise when you set your lights and your camera up just right, so everything flashes and falls just right, so it looks just right. So that's what she's been doing. It was 48 minutes after the hour. It's 42 degrees, mostly clear. It says here on my computer. This is K7, UHK.
Yeah, 7 UHK, Jessica. Thanks for that. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, I meant to do this last time. I haven't tried turning up my power to see if that helps. Jessica, you have a really clear signal that I'm hearing from you, so can you respond to me? I'm doing it on my normal power now. I'm going to break and then do high power and let me know if there's a difference changing to high power. This is now second to the highest I can do. It's quite a bit higher than the low power I was on. Jessica, what do you think? To me it sounded about the same, but they both sounded nice and readable. Just a little bit of hash in the back, but not like the bad static crashes we were having earlier. So about the same. I didn't hear a big noticeable difference. K7 UHK. Okay, well this is going to stay at this higher power level. Thanks, Jessica. So it's 45 degrees here as we're doing temperatures. Quite a difference I've noticed from different places around tonight. I seem to be on the warm end. As for exercising, I have been exercising for about 2 months now, and starting to feel the effects. I'm very happy with it. I got a stationary bike I use at home. A real nice one. I sort of splurged a bit to get one that was really smooth and with good controls and everything, and I feel that it was well worth spending the money to get that because it makes a difference between wanting to use it and not wanting to use it. And as for the photography test, Jessica, tell her that what they told me when I took my ham radio test, they don't put your score on the license, so don't worry about that. Okay, back to that K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks for that, Bob. Let's go to Richard, Kent. K7ITX.
That half marathon stuff, Wade, that really brings back some old memories. I know I ran 3. I might have ran 4 back when I was probably more like your age. But then I ran probably 2 or 3 dozen
10Ks, and I do remember the Sound and Arrows. You know, that race that starts out at the park across the street from Ron, and then you run down what is that, Narrows Drive or whatever it is, or Basalt, and Basalt I guess, and you run all the way into Point Defiance Park, and then you actually run the 5-mile drive. You run past Fort Nisqually and Camp 6, which is no longer really there. Neverland is totally gone. A lot of you people don't even know what I'm talking about. Neverland was a Mother Goose type with statues and things with nursery rhymes for, well, I always said it was for babies, even though my mom always liked to take me there. But the running is fantastic. But that Sound and Arrows, it's kind of brutal because, it's all uphill back to the park where Ron lives. So I remember I didn't particularly like that aspect of it, but I don't know. It's just, if you really want to trim down, you just train for half marathon, and the weight, about 2 or 3 weeks, you're pretty happy when you look in the mirror, or at least you're happier than you were before you started. So, anyway, good luck, Wade. More power to you. I wish I was doing it, but I'm just happy to go to the... I'm just happy to do what I did today and go around the corners, just a quarter mile from the house, the big church by where we live, in the gymnasium. Real nice Brazilian gal does workouts and things. In fact, I think I showed you guys a video where she was just starting out one time, and so that's what's I'm trying to keep honest that way, but I'm not sure. I might have to step it up. With that, K7ZOM, K7ATS, 37 degrees, and see, we just got a little bit more time. I don't think it'll make it to me, so send me through, you guys. K7ZOM, K7ATX, back to net control.
K7ITX, let's go to Wade, W7ITL in Tacoma.
W7ITL here in Tacoma. Just give me a minute here. I'm trying to switch over my inputs. Let's see if that works. Well, I'm seeing the wrong output here. Hold on. You see that? There we go. The repeater is showing its call sign. So give me a second here. That's the turret, Jessica, that you were talking about. Maybe I should build. And here's what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty bad. So, yeah, gotta get rid of it. So, it's sad because a lot of people think it's cool. I think it's kind of cool, but it's just unsafe, and can't finance my house with it. So, it's gonna go away. Just gotta figure out what I wanna replace it with. I think I'll turn it back to Dave and let maybe one other person join. So, as I said, this is W7ITL, back to net.
W7ITL, let's go to Jim, M7QO.
M7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Wade, that stairwell looks pretty cool from the outside, but yeah, those interior pictures were pretty sad. Sorry about that. Good luck with that. I wonder, it's one thing to maybe replace the stairs with a steel spiral staircase, but the outside there, the exterior support, looks like it needs some major repair. Boy, that's pretty tired. Ouch. That's a nasty picture. Good luck with that. Whatever you decide. Let's see, Jessica, Congratulations to Sylvia. That was quite an accomplishment, and the fact that she was doing a couple of things at once, working on her bachelor's there. I remember when you went to commencement, and plus the photography thing, and oh yeah, she was working as well. That's that's a whole lot of energy. Let's see. I guess I will turn it over to someone else now. KD7ZYM and 7QO. Good night, everyone.
N7QO, this is Dave, KD7CYM in Lake City. And getting back to Wade, with a Frank Lloyd Wright design on his house, maybe you could go to a preservation committee of some kind and get a GoFundMe fund going for it to replace it, to restore it back to the original manner of which the house was built, being a historic house. Just an idea. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. And again, I give my best wishes to Sylvia and her career of photography. Having had one, I enjoyed it, and I'm sure she will too. So this is Dave, KD7ZYM, and we've got enough time to go up to Ron, KD7QKU.
All right, KD7QKU again. Yeah, Wade, I like it. It looks really good on your house. I wish you could keep it. I suppose it would cost her quite a bit. So the outside wouldn't be salvageable at all. He's shaking his head, so that's too bad. Yeah, it's real cool. Definitely. There's nothing like it around, that's for sure. I sure like it anyway. I can't imagine what it would cost to have it completely redone. And I don't know, if the cost would justify it, the use of it. I don't know. He's shaking his head. I guess it wouldn't. So anyway, all right. Is there any other way to get to the roof in your house other than going? It seems like, was I on the roof of your house? I can't remember now. I know I've been at your house. You can talk about that later. All right, 73s, everybody. KD7QKU.
KD7QKU. Let's go to Jessica, KF7UHK.
KF7UHK. Yeah, no, that's why I do laundry and dishes and cooking, is because Sylvia's too busy doing work. And sometimes she'd go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, wake back up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and go back and work again before she went to work. And so she put her heart into it, and she loves doing it. She just kind of gave me one of her older cameras. It's a nice, it's a Nikon, I think it's a D750, because she has a newer one. And I'm going to play with making that a video camera because it will do video. And I'm going to go through and see how long it will video record for, with what kind of card I use, and what kind of batteries I got into it. And so I'm going to go put through its paces that she normally doesn't do. And so that should be fun. And Wade, yeah, that's a really cool feature of your house that unfortunately needs to be updated or fixed or taken out completely or something. But very cool, very neat. A neat legacy piece of that. And I looked at the thing for Neverland down there in South Tacoma, and that's like oh, it kind of gives me goosebumps. It kind of looks creepy. Looks creepy to me. I don't know why. Just those things just do. Anyhow, it's nice talking to everybody. Everybody looks good tonight. This is Jessica up in Everett, KF7UHK.
KF7UHK, thanks for that. And that needs to come to an end, unfortunately. We'd like to thank the TAC Repeater Association for letting us use the 14708 machine with their call sign WW7ATS repeater. And again, we are on the net on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. So on behalf of WAT, Western Washington Amateur Television Society, bringing the net to a close. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, signing off. Good evening all.